friends, and welcome back to our channel. Have you been considering relocating to Salt Lake City, Utah or the surrounding areas? Curious about the best neighborhoods to choose if you're looking to move to Salt Lake City, Utah? Have you been wondering where the most coveted areas in Salt Lake City are? Well, you're in the right place. We've compiled a list of the top 5 neighborhoods to live in Salt Lake City, so you know exactly where you want to plant roots if you're looking to move here to Salt Lake.
Hopefully, if you are relocating from their state, looking to start over, or just want a better idea of where the hotspots are in real estate, looking to start over, or just want a better idea of where the hotspots are here in Salt Lake City, this video is going to help you out. In this video, we're going to break down the top 5 most popular neighborhoods here to live in Salt Lake City, Utah.
If this is your first time to this channel and you want to know everything about living, eating, sleeping, working, and playing in northern Utah and cities like Salt Lake, then subscribe below and tap the bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market here in northern Utah.
We are Sloane Kim Petersen with the Petersen Group. We've been in the real estate business for 10 years, and every day we help people just like you looking to buy, sell, and invest in northern Utah, and we absolutely love it. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. All the information is in the description below so we can help you with that smooth transition to cities like Salt Lake and northern Utah.
Okay, so the first thing I want to say about Salt Lake is it's obviously our major city here in Utah. So we have so many different coveted areas, but today we're only going to be taking you to the top 5. Now, the first area we're taking you to is known as the East Bench. And one thing you'll notice is that in Utah, we have a lot of East Benches in all the different cities. And one of the reasons why the East Bench area is always so coveted is because the further east you go, the more close you are to the beautiful mountains. Another reason why people love going more east, like on the East Bench of each of the cities, is because the houses do get more luxurious. So here we are in the foothills of the Wasatch Mountains, and something people like about this area is its quiet streets and stunning views. In proximity to the university, you're only 10 minutes away, so if you are a university professor, this is a perfect area to live in, or if you are a doctor at the medical center, anything like that. In terms of proximity to Park City, you are only a 20 to 30 minute drive away from Parley's Canyon, which takes you right up into Park City and all of those amazing ski resorts. Now, as you can see, this is definitely not a starter home area. It is more of a move-up area, a luxurious area. The median home price is $900,000 and the median rent in the area is $1,800. Now, that is a pretty good median rent price for this area. However, that is for a 1-bedroom apartment. So you're not talking big square footage, you are talking more of that small space. Now, that should give you a good understanding of what the East Bench is. Let's take you over to the next area.
All right, guys, so we're in our second neighborhood, which is Sugarhouse. It's a vibrant and diverse community located just south of the University of Utah. It has a mix of a lot of historic homes, trendy shops, and a lot of vibrant restaurants that you guys can check out. We're in one of these Sugarhouse neighborhoods right now, and as you can see behind me, it's really known for its tree-lined streets and very beautiful. As you can see behind me, a lot of the houses are kind of older, but they've been well kept. It has a very diverse community as far as who lives here, so we see a lot of stuff from $500,000, right, which is the median, and then all the way up to like $7 to $10 million. So some of the houses we see are really expensive. You get little bungalows out here for closer to 500, all to the more luxury type neighborhoods, but still it's still going to be older, right? A lot of the stuff isn't new homes. It's going to be more of like your charming stuff, like your old Victorians, some castle type homes, a little bit of rustic, just whatever you could think of. Sugarhouse has a lot of mix of everything. Sugarhouse is one of the most hip areas around the Salt Lake area. So we have a lot of young families, and we always joke that all the hipsters kind of live out in the Sugarhouse area. It's known for just that downtown quaint feel where everyone just meets, has a drink, maybe goes to the pub, and then kind of goes back, you know, to their home after. So we are on the higher East Bench still, so, you know, 13th to 2100 South, and we are only about 10 to 15 minutes away from the University of Utah. So a lot of students do live here and they kind of commute in. We do also have professors and higher professionals that also live in Sugarhouse. In the most recent years, Sugarhouse has a lot of high-rise starting to come up because of that demand in student housing and just people wanting to live out here. But there's not a lot of room in Sugarhouse, so they have started tearing down some of the older dilapidated houses and kind of building it up to be more modern and kind of being a high-rise, more living for people to move into. Sugarhouse is known to be one of probably the most walkable communities in Salt Lake City. It is very close, like I said before, the restaurants, shopping, and just the park. So I'm gonna show you after this video, I'm gonna show you a little bit of a clip of Sugarhouse Park where I kind of tour you around that, but that's one of the beautiful parks around here. That park's probably only 5 or 10 minutes from anywhere in Sugarhouse, so it's something that people like to go down to, run, and kind of have a, you know, a nice day on the town. So the median rent in Sugarhouse is gonna be closer to $1,200, but just one thing to note is that's only for a 1-bedroom apartment, and it's usually gonna be something that's older. So the newer ones that I was talking about, the high rises that they're building, they're probably gonna be closer to the $1,800 to $2,000 range, but you can find a mix of whatever rental option in Sugarhouse that you're looking for. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I'm gonna go into the next area. We'll see you there. All right, guys, so we are here at Sugarhouse Park. I wanted to quickly just show you the park a little bit. So behind me, as you can see, there's a nice, beautiful pond. This pond does have ducks in it. I'm gonna show you a little bit of a clip of some ducks kind of swimming around. So there's ducks here, you can feed them. It's a great park just for coming down with the family, riding your bike, you know, cycling around, doing a barbecue, just having a picnic. Running. A lot of runners like coming to this park. So it's right downtown in Sugarhouse. So we're about 5 minutes away from the city. Very beautiful and serene. Like you can see, I'm going to show you a little bit of a clip. Nice pond here, and has fountains in the middle. Talk about a little bit is this place is where they do the fireworks show on the 4th of July. So you definitely want to come check it out. They do it right over the pond. So you can just see the fireworks reflecting in the pond, which makes it extra beautiful. One thing I would note though is if you do come down here on July 4th, if you can take public transit or just ride your bike or walk down here, definitely gonna be a bonus because it's definitely gonna take you about 2 hours to get out of here. It gets very congested, so definitely come down here if you're in the area and you wanna check out a fireworks show. Sugarhouse Park is one of the ways to do it. So I wanna show you one other thing here is this park, we had a lot of heavy snowfall, record snowfall over the winter time. So this pond had flooded a little bit, and it's kind of cool because a little bit of a waterfall over here. So this is just a sidewalk that usually you can walk around, and you can see that it's made a little bit of waterfall, which I think is cool. It makes it sound like a waterfall is coming down here, and it's just extra relaxing. So if it's something you want to check out, definitely come down here to Sugarhouse. That would be definitely worth the time, and we'll go ahead and see you in the next neighborhood.
Okay guys, so this is actually one of my favorite places in Salt Lake City, and I actually lived here for most of my college years. So Sloane and I actually lived in Salt Lake for a very long time, in case you didn't know. So we know the area well, although it has changed quite a bit, even from when we lived here. As any other big city, it's always growing and changing, and that's definitely true for Salt Lake. So this area is known as the Avenues. It's an eclectic and historic neighborhood just north of downtown Salt Lake City. Now this has definitely a lot of mix of style of homes in this area. You've got the old Salt Lake bungalows, you've got a lot of historic apartment buildings, all the way to mansions and even mid-modern century homes. The area is known for its sense of community and its uniqueness. It's actually like a little city within a city. They've got their own grocery store, their own medical centers, they've got little neighborhood coffee shops, little local shops, and even a tiny art gallery. One of the reasons I always opted to live in the Avenues when I was a renter is because the apartments tend to be a little bit bigger than other apartments in the Salt Lake area, but they are older, so just keep that in mind. It's also a really easy drive up to the university. As you travel east, you head right up into the university, and the more east you go, the houses get more luxurious. And actually, the fraternity and sorority houses are up on that east side in some of the old Salt Lake mansions. And it ends in the multi-million-dollar homes up there by the university, which a lot of the university professors and medical doctors for the University of Utah Hospital live up in that area. Median home prices in this area are $799,000, so just under $800,000, because again, this area has a lot of those old Victorian mansions. Median rent for this area is just under $1,200, and again, that's for a one-bedroom apartment. It is older, but again, it's gonna be a lot more square footage than a lot of other rentals you could find in Salt Lake. That should give you a good idea for what you can get in the Avenues. Let's go check out the next area.
All right, so we are here in the Capitol Hill neighborhood. So this area is a historic neighborhood. It's located just west of downtown Salt Lake City. It has a mix of historic mansions, modern condos, and apartments. It's known for its stunning views of the Capitol and downtown Salt Lake City. When Kim lived here when she was going to college, she actually had an apartment out here, and she drove a stick shift car. And the funny thing is, it was kind of on one of these hills like this, and in the wintertime, she actually slid in and hit the building. So kind of a funny story that that we always tell, about Kim living down here in the historic district. One of the cool things about the apartments in this area is that they have all the historic charm. They weren't really changed. A lot of them were updated for like modern conveniences, but all the woodwork and all the paneling and all that kind of stuff is still in there. So some of these houses in this area were built as early as 1890. And so you can see some of that historic Gothic style building, which I think is really cool. So I'm a really architectural buff in the area. I love looking at all this stuff out here. So if you're in the area, even if you don't want to purchase necessarily, you definitely have to come and check out this area when you're driving by. Come check out the Capitol. It looks just like the one in Washington, D.C. Super beautiful, and you can actually do tours of the Capitol there as well. The median price in this area is going to be around $500,000. That's going to be on the lower end of some of Salt Lake. We got to keep in mind though that some of these houses are only like 1,000 square feet. They're definitely on the smaller end. The Avenues though do reach up to like 8 to 9 million as well. There's a huge luxury version, and the closer you get to the university, obviously we're going to get more expensive, more into those mansions, and then there are going to be more doctors, professors, and then kind of the upper higher end living over there. The rent around here is going to be a median of about $1,200. That does, as you get into the newer places, is going to go up to probably $2,000 to $2,500 a month. So this area is going to be affordable or not affordable, just depending on what you're looking for here in downtown Salt Lake in the Capitol area. All right, guys, we're going to head on to the next area, and we'll see you there.
Okay, so this is the last neighborhood we're going to show you, and it's known as Yalecrest. It's just southeast of the University of Utah, and it's a historical district of Salt Lake. It has a mix of Tudor-style homes, bungalows, and cottages. It's known for its tree-lined streets, quiet community feel, and friendly neighborhoods. A lot of professors and doctors actually live in this area because it is more luxurious and prestigious. Because it is a historical neighborhood, a lot of the homes in this area have been restored to their former glory, which of course, as you know, takes quite a bit of money. This is one of the most beautiful areas in Salt Lake though, and it's definitely one of Sloane and my favorite areas. Like I said, It's just a short 5-minute drive down to the university. You're also really close to 9th and 9th, another awesome area in Salt Lake that we'll have to take you to next time. That area has a lot of local hotspots, fun restaurants, and it even has an indie movie theater. Now, the median price point in this area is $1.3 million, so I think that just speaks to the prestige of the area. The median rent is $1,500, and actually that's pretty affordable for this area, but rentals are few and far between, so when you do get one, you can hang on to it. Okay, that should give you a good idea about the Yalecrest area, and that sums up all of our areas for Salt Lake City.
Well, friends, there you have it. Those are your top 5 most coveted neighborhoods in Salt Lake City, Utah. Like we said, really all of Salt Lake is kind of coveted, so there are many more neighborhoods to talk about. If you're curious and have any more questions about any of these areas or any other areas in Salt Lake City, reach out to us. We always love to interact with you guys.
We hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Picking where you'll call home is an important decision, and we would love to help you make that smooth transition here to Utah and cities like Salt Lake. If you're looking to purchase in the northern Utah area, we would love to help you out. Give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email. And until next time, we're keeping it real. Estate.